Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing my experience of arriving in Male, the capital city of Maldives. If you're planning to work here as a teacher, I'll walk you through everything you can expect during your first few days. So, when you first arrive in Male, you usually get 1 week free stay in the capital. This is mainly to complete all the necessary procedures before you are assigned to your island. For most teachers, this process takes just a couple of days, but in my case, I stayed in Malé for about 5 days. I'll also be sharing some clips I recorded during my stay to give you a better idea of what it's like. Let's dive in. So, my journey to Malé. I booked a morning flight because I wanted enough time to settle in once I landed. Plus, it was my first time coming to the Maldives, so I thought arriving during the day would be less stressful and would give me time to, settle down there well. The view from the plane as we approached Malé was breathtaking. The turquoise water, the small islands scattered around, and the city itself. It was so surreal. I couldn't wait to land and begin this new adventure. Once I arrived, there were a few formalities to complete. I was asked to show my work permit and passport. Luckily, the immigration process was really smooth and quick. They verified everything without any hassle. After that, someone from the ministry came to pick me up and they took me for a quick medical checkup, just a blood test, chest x ray, and a few basic measurements, all done in just a few hours. By around 4 p.m., I was taken to my accommodation, which was a simple hostel like stay. It wasn't fancy, but it worked for a short period I was there. They also provided a food allowance that covered breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which made the waiting period much easier. In my case, I stayed in Malé for about 5 days while waiting to be assigned to an island. During this time, I focused on a few essential like getting my document attested and taking updated passport sized photographs. Even if you bring a passport photos with you, it's always good to get a new taken locally. Trust me, it makes life a lot easier. I also had to adjust to the time zone, and then of course I had to shop for some essentials. One thing I quickly realized is that clean drinking water isn't readily available for free, so you need to buy bottled water. It was my first shopping experience in Malé, and it was fun to see the local currency, the Maldivian rupiah (MBR) in action. And I was just recording this few short clips, and yeah, I also had to adjust to the time zone. The Maldives is 30 minutes behind Indian Standard Time, so I had to make sure to update my watch. Now let me take you around a city tour. So I'll just walk you around and share some facts about Malé. Did you know that Malé is the smallest national capital in the world? It's just over 2.2 square miles, but don't let its size fool you. It's packed with energy and activity with over 1,33,000 people living in such a small area. Despite its small size, it's home to government buildings, markets, shops, and residential areas. Everything you need is within walking distance. The city is also known for being a hub for tourists traveling to the famous resort islands nearby. Malé is rich in history and culture, and much of its land has been reclaimed from the sea to support its growing population. It's a place that has a lot to offer despite its compact size. With some free time on my hands, I decided to explore Malé. Since the capital is really small, everything is close by and I could walk around easily. One of the first places I visited was the Islamic Center. This stunning mosque is one of the largest in the Maldives with a beautiful golden dome that you can't miss. Not far from there is the Victory Monument, a tall pillar in the heart of the city. It is a symbol that the Maldives' victory over British rule in 1887. It's a national symbol of independence, and whenever you pass by, you'll see people taking pictures or reflecting on its historical significance. So the next place I visited was Sultan Park in Malé. It is one of the most peaceful and beautiful spots in the capital, offering a serene escape in the city's hustle and bustle. Here are some interesting things about Sultan Park. It was originally part of the royal palace grounds, and it was the private garden of the sultans during the time of Maldivian monarchy. After the demolition of the royal palace in the late 16th century, the park was established in what remains of the palace grounds. A major highlight of the Sultan Park is the National Museum. Due to the time constraints, I couldn't go there, and this museum was opened in 1952. It showcases a range of Maldivian artifacts, royal things, and historical items, which I didn't unfortunately could get time to get a visit of it. And yeah, the park itself is a beautiful and well maintained public space. It has lush greenery, palm trees, and neatly manicured gardens. It's a great spot to relax, take a stroll, or enjoy the peaceful atmosphere. The combination of the historical ruins and the modern landscaping makes it a visually interesting place. And Sultan Park is one of the most tranquil places in Malé, offering a peaceful break from the busy streets and markets of the city. It's perfect for those who are looking to enjoy a bit of nature or just take a break from sightseeing. And it is situated right in the heart of the Malé. Sultan Park is easily accessible. It's within walking distance from other landmarks such as Maldives Islamic Center, the Old Friday Mosque, and the busy fish market. And while the park has historical roots, it also features modern elements including art installation and sculptures. These add an interesting contrast to the traditional architecture and royal remnants, blending old and new in a unique way. The park is open throughout the year, but the best time to visit is during the dry season from usually from August to March. The weather is warm and pleasant, making it ideal for walking around and enjoying the park. And lastly, I checked out Republic Square. This spot is often used for public events and gatherings. It has a huge flagpole with the Maldivian flag flying high, and from here you get some amazing views of the city and the surrounding area. If you're coming here to work as a teacher, don't worry. Everything will be taken care of by the ministry. You'll be provided with accommodation, food, and a lot of guidance throughout the process. I remember being a bit nervous when I first arrived, traveling alone and unsure about what to expect, but honestly, it all worked out and I quickly got used to the routine. The ministry office in Malé will handle everything and make sure you are well taken care of. So just follow their guidance and enjoy the experience. That's all for today. I hope this gives you a better idea of what to expect when you arrive in Malé. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. If you have any questions about Maldives, let me know. Bye bye.